I want to talk to you about the problem of movie piracy, which has been very much in the news recently. I talked about how 3D, the rise of 3D, 3D was essentially not an artistic thing. In the end, the reason 3D is being pressed on us is because it's the unpiratable format. You have to see 3D movies in the cinema, you can't watch them at home, on a pirated DVD. And recently there's been an awful lot of stuff about piracy because, as you probably know, Wolverine was leaked onto the internet and Mr. Huge Action declared himself to be heartbroken that this had happened, although apparently the version of Wolverine was unfinished.
These waves are mine.
We'll all be planning out a route we're gonna take real soon. We're waxing down our surfboard. We can't wait for June. We'll all be gone for the summer. We're on safari to stay. Tell the teacher we're serving.
There's been a lot of people running around saying, oh, piracy, it's a terrible problem. How are we going to solve this terrible problem? You know what? The problem is not a consumer problem. It's an industry problem, and the consumers are the solution. Where do the pirate movies come from? Well, when I go to see a screening as a critic, I often have my phone, taken off me. Why? Because I am told that I am probably going to sit there in the screening going, hang on a minute, get your head down, Derek Malcolm, I've just got to concentrate on the screen. I can't even take pictures with a mobile phone. I can barely dial. Are we really to believe that movies are pirated from mobile phones? No. Pirated films are not copied from a critic's mobile phone. Wolverine hasn't been screened to anyone, and yet a pirated copy appeared on the internet. Where did it come from? That seems to have been a copy taken from, some very solid source, perhaps in a copying house, but from within the industry itself. The least likely people in the world to pirate movies are critics, whose job depends on being able to get access to press screenings. Taking mobile phones off critics doesn't help solve piracy, it just annoys the critics. The reason the piracy industry exists in the way it does is not because consumers are bad people who just want to get their hands on pirated copies of things. It's because of a vacuum that's been created by the industry. People have moved with the times. In the 21st century, people want to be given choices about how they can watch something, whether they can watch it in the cinema or at home, on pay-per-view TV or on download on the internet. But the movie industry has been very, very slow to respond. Look what happened with music. The music industry was very slow. There was a bunch of pirate sources where you could download stuff from the internet. Finally, the music industry got its house in order, and now downloading music is considered to be a completely legitimate thing to do. The movie industry, however, has dragged its feet. It really hasn't got with the program as far as the internet's concerned. Now, some people have made advances. There was a movie called Mum and Dad, which was released on Boxing Day. It's not a great horror movie, but it's kind of okay. And it was released simultaneously in cinemas, on DVD, on pay-per-view, on demand. The whole tagline of the movie was, you choose how you see it. Now, the movie didn't cost very much money, but it made its money back, and it was given to the consumer in a way which said, look, you decide whether you want to go see it in a cinema, you want to see it at home, you want to see it on a DVD, you want to own the thing, you want to stream it, it's up to you how you do it. It's all very well for Jeffrey Katzenberg to tell us all that 3D is the future of cinema. No, the future of cinema is dealing with the demands of the consumer. It's not taking the mobile phones off critics, because that's not going to change anything. It's giving the consumer what they want, when they want it, and where they want it. Now, personally, I like seeing films in cinemas. And as far as I'm concerned, if all those people who want to watch movies in the cinema are talking on their mobile phones because they're used to watching films at home and stopping them and going out and getting a cup of tea, if they want to watch them at home, then brilliant. I don't have to listen to them talk. The only reason for taking mobile phones off people in cinemas is to stop them talking. And the only way piracy in the movie industry will get solved is that the industry has to catch up with the consumers. Stop blaming us. It's your fault.